over, a lot of people doubted his ability, but I think he's proved everyone wrong. He's really brought that team together. He's a man of very strong faith, and I think that shows in the West Indian team now, the way they go about their business on the field and off the field, the way they've held together as a team, and the amount of success they've achieved under this guy is unbelievable.
Well, for a fact that, like I said, as far as the tweet is concerned, Darren has become an overnight success as far as, a player. West Indians, yes, we love it. I mean, we love the West Indians at the same time, especially when they're not playing against Sri Lanka. But but we do, because we sort of share the same flavor.
They're all lovely people.
Yeah.
They're very simple, very humble. They're funny as hell. And Darren, when he was at Sunrisers when he first came in, it was incredible. He's so popular among the team, among the fans, in the franchise. He's just, very direct, very honest, hard-working, simple guy, with an incredible ability, especially in the shorter versions of the game. And it was a pleasure playing with him. And we also had his sister and his brother-in-law last IPL season with the team, and they were incredible. They were all part of the team. They were all welcome because they're equally as nice as Darren. And it was wonderful to have these guys with us in the team.
Lots of questions, of course. We've got a quick question, and I think this is from a kid. I want to find out something from you. Let's just quickly take a look at this one.
Hi Sangha, we are very proud of what you have been doing for the cricket of Sri Lanka. Special congratulations for your performances at ICC T20. But we are also very sad that you have finally decided to retire from the ODI career. But I hope that you will continue to contribute for the test format matches as well as the 50-50 format. I also have a very polite request asking that whether you would like to become environmental ambassadors to help us protect our environment. Thank you.
Sangha, my favorite superhero was Iron Man. After this T20, it is you, Sangha.
Sangha, what is your middle name?
Oh.
Sangha, we love you and good luck.
That is very sweet. That is very sweet.
Okay, so what are the answers? Your first one, I think, is on the environment.
Yeah, I think, again, especially coming from kids, you understand that even at such a young age, how important they deem it to be.
Yep.
And the funny thing is, I always think that, saving the environment, we're being very selfish because the environment will survive. We won't if we don't take care of it. And the one thing that will die out is the human race. The planet will regenerate. It's done so, for the billions of years or approximate years that it's been in existence. But we are fragile. Little things really hurt us. So I think if you're really looking at the continuation of life as we know it on this planet, the environment becomes critically important. And as we go into the future, I think it becomes even more important when we consider our children.
So obviously another question, of course, was we obviously had Iron Man as...
I like Iron Man too, actually.
All right, so we got Rai in the studio, and Rai, you got another question for us?
Yeah, we have lots of questions from the audience as well, not just from the kids.
Yes.
So you, sir, if we can ask you to stand up and ask us and ask this question from Sangha himself.
Hi Kumar,
Hi.
Suren.
Hi, Suren.
Just one question regarding Test cricket. We all like 2020 cricket. It's very interesting. But I believe that a lot of great cricketers are produced through Test cricket. You being one of the best cricketers, Test cricketers in the world, why do you think that we should promote Test cricket more, get more fans coming to stadiums, watch and witness Test cricket? What is your opinion on raising your voice on promoting Test cricket more in the world and in the country?
I think that's a really great question at this time because Test cricket has kind of lost a bit of support from the fans. Various reasons. One, because I think we play too much cricket. So fans get tired of watching cricket over and over again, especially if you switch on Star Sports. it's mainly India now on Star Cricket, isn't it? Every game is about India winning. But
Especially after Sri Lanka won the World Cup, everything is about India winning.
that is true. But the fact remains, like you said, if a cricketer is to be worth his salt, he's got to be playing Test cricket and playing Test cricket well. And all the cricketers, if you talk to them, no matter whether they play in the IPL, if you ask them what do you really want to do, they all want to play Test cricket. We also don't have any great rivalries in Test cricket as Sri Lanka. I mean, we've got two big powerhouse Asian neighbors that we can play, well, maybe not a home and away series when it comes to Pakistan at this moment, but maybe India. Get a rivalry going. We have the Ashes, which is an iconic Test series. It's packed out. It's sold out every time they play. We've got to create that kind of rivalry, that kind of context for our Test series. And you've got to play tests against every country, but you've got to create something very special against one or two or three of these countries so that, fans want to come and watch, some great competition out in the middle. Also, I think we need to improve our stadiums. We need to ensure that families can come and watch. It's really hot in Sri Lanka. If you're coming with your children, you need to have some sort of entertainment away from the cricket field as well. Play areas, good toilet facilities, places to eat that are clean and healthy. Little things like that make a huge difference. Covered stands, which are nice and cool for people to sit in and watch. So they don't have to really worry too much about the children being safe and being entertained while they enjoy cricket. And bringing children to cricket games is important because they learn to watch, they learn to play, they get inspired hopefully to take up the game. And also get everyone to start, like you said, raising their voice, ask for more Test cricket, stop playing 2 Test series, have 3 Test series. Ensure that if T20 is so popular, make sure that the funding that you earn from T20 cricket, because it's very lucrative for cricket boards, actually goes into developing Test cricket and Test venues and having those support facilities with it. I think if you take countries like Australia, England, New Zealand, South Africa, they have so much entertainment around Test cricket. You come to the ground and the crowd is entertained not just by the cricket, but so many things that happen at the ground. They have huge water features that kids can swim. Adults just they have large pools which they just lounge in. Even in the West Indies, you have music playing, you have games, you have various other facilities so that the fans interact. And I think that interaction is really important. So they're not left out, but they're also brought in to be a part of the game. And that's how you can really, hopefully, sustain Test cricket.
Actually going to cross over live right now to Australia. And Russell Arnold is standing by with us. Good evening, Russ. How are you?
Good evening. Right?
Good morning. Is it good morning, Russ? Sorry to wake you.
It's somewhat like that, yeah.
Yeah, but it's I suppose Monday morning. As usual, you'll be partying right now, so there's nothing much, Russ. Well, thanks a lot for joining us. Kumar's in the studio right now, and Kumar, I don't know if you've actually heard, but Russell was simply astonishing in the commentary box, and as always, is an overnight success. As far as Sri Lankans are concerned, he really does give the other commentators a run for their money, but in a very nice and tongue-in-cheek manner, which we all love it. But Russ, we got Kumar in the studio, and we've obviously had quite a few chats during the T20 World Cup also, and you played your cards very close to you when I asked you just before the finals, what are the chances Sri Lanka actually crossing the line over this one, because it was India again. What, in your opinion, was the attributing factor for the Sri Lankans to make it over the line this time?
They just played good cricket, and everything was right. The body language, the tactics, and more importantly to me, I think a lot of the younger players, the newer players, were standing up. So it was more a team effort going forward than Sri Lanka just relying on 1 or 2 players as in the past. That's what was the difference.
Well, Russ, obviously Kumar and Mahela sadly have retired from T20. I'm going to speak to Kumar about this one later on, but you think Kumar's got more T20 in him right now, still?
Well, Kumar, well, he's much fitter than Mahela. They just probably could play a few years more. But I think the decision had to come at the right time, so that Sri Lanka cricket also can move on while Kumar and Mahela are still between. And it's also time. It's important that Sri Lanka look beyond, because there's a long way to go, isn't it? It just doesn't end here with one or two players. So I think it's a good decision and at the right time.
Well, you played with Kumar in the latter part of your cricketing career. How is it to have Kumar in the dressing room?
I just couldn't hear you, Shaq.
You played with Kumar just before you obviously called it quits as far as cricket is concerned. How is it having Kumar in the dressing room, Russ?
He's a different character, in fact. A lot of strange things sometimes that we couldn't figure out. He was one of those players, the ultimate professional. He needed to go through his routine quite a bit. There were times where he'd show up to matches carrying an empty bag, his helmet, gloves, bat, whatever in his hand. And you would wonder why he was carrying that empty bag. And when it came to training also, he would put in a lot more than most others. He was wicket keeping, he was batting, had to go through his routines, and we had to sit in the mud, generally waiting for him to finish his routines, and would just ignore the rest and all the rude comments coming his way, but totally focus on what he needed to do. It was outstanding indeed. But yeah, I must say, in those sense, very different to most of the other Sri Lankans in that dressing room.
One of my first memory of Russell, I played my first series was Arjuna's last. I remember Daryl Cullinan was batting in Gaul, and Arjuna was fielding, and they were walking side by side, and Arjuna goes to Daryl Cullinan, "Twins? Are you guys twins?" I remember that very well. Daryl Cullinan didn't like that too much.
I bet he did. Yeah, we're into the final few minutes of the show. Just one final question I think I really want to ask you is, a T20, you obviously decided to give up T20. It was a bit hard for lots of people to take it up at that point, and it still is hard not to see Kumar Sangakkara at a T20 match. Do you still have T20 in you? Can you still go on?
Yeah, going on is not a question. Playing more and wanting to play more and being able to play more, yeah, of course. But that's not the point. The point is this is the right time for me to retire from T20 internationals. There's no other World Cup for another 2 years. There's probably one more T20 international until the 50th World Cup next year. And there is absolutely no point in me continuing to play and taking up space in the team just because I want to go on and I can go on. I think I don't see myself playing cricket in 2 years' time, in the sense of limited over or T20. And it's an obvious decision that I have to make. This is the time for me to go.
And I mean, I suppose like Darren said, it was a bit of a fairy tale ending.
It was.
But I think yeah, it was. Was there pressure on you, Kumar, the finals, because the fact that, I mean, everyone knew it was your final T20, even though you hadn't officially made your retirement at that point, the media was just going all crazy about the fact that it was the final game and for you and Mahela, and was there a pressure that was actually sitting on your shoulders, because the world knew it was your final game, and everyone, that's what they spoke about, was your final game, so it had to count.
It had to count, we really didn't think too much it was the final game, but it was kind of the final opportunity to win a T20 World Cup for us. It was. But the fact that there was such a finality over the fact that this is the last time. This is it.
Yeah.
Really didn't think about it too much. At the end, it really sunk in. How lucky are you to be able to do that in your final game? It's like Murray taking 800 wickets in his final Test match.
That's right.
And the final wicket of the innings as well.
Yeah.
So I think, again, we're very lucky, and Mahela and I are very blessed to have played this many years of cricket with such great teammates and been part of such great teams and being part of some amazing performances on the field. And you really don't know what to feel. At the end of the final, I was so happy, and then you feel really tired because it's been a long tournament, and then you sit and then you don't know really what to feel because you think, should I feel happier? Should I, and then it just starts to sink in, and then you understand, well, that's it. That's finished. Now it's back to work. Once you get to Sri Lanka, it'll be amazing. But then it's again back to work because there's more cricket to be played. There are other things to do, chores, whatever. So it's funny at the end of that tournament when you're sitting in the dressing room, everyone's happy, but at the same time, you feel tired. It's a lot of confusion as well when it comes to emotions and what you feel.
I know there's so much we can actually go on talking about as far as the T20 is concerned, as far as where you're going to go from this point onwards. You got the 50 over, it's just less than a year from now in Australia, and there's obviously, we're going to have lots of chats on radio, that's for sure. I'm sorry, we have to have lots of chats on radio. Just like to make it public to everybody. I will be disturbing you, I don't care where you go. But we unfortunately come to the end of the show, and before we obviously do go, I would like to invite Yahali on stage. Yahali, please, if you can join your husband on stage. We have something very special for you. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, we can obviously hang on. It's a wonderful memento for you, and this, of course, is something that we would like to give Yahali first. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for helping Kumar win the World Cup, Yahali. Here you go. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And here is something from MTV Sports and ESFM. Kumar, you have been a fantastic role model. You have been an idol. You've been a great cricketer, a legend, and most of all, I think something that every single Sri Lankan would like to hear. You've always been a Sri Lankan, and this is from all of us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks very much. Thank you.
Well, before we actually do go, this is a surprise. This is a surprise.
Got a sneak peek.
Yeah, did you? Okay. This is a surprise, which is actually hand-drawn by one of your ardent fans. Got to say thank you very much to Chanel. Chanel would like you to have this.
Thanks. Is that Chanel? Who is Chanel? Oh, Shaman.
Shaman. Yeah, Shaman. Sorry, Shaman. And there you have it. That's something that you can actually hold on to. Well, we'll take it back and give it to you if you can hold on to that.
Thanks.
Well, we can just
thank you to everyone in the audience as well for coming. Thank you so much.
So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being a part of the show. The champion returns with the legend Kumar Sangakkara. Well, sadly, he said goodbye to T20, but hopefully we'll see him more. Thank you so much and have yourself a wonderful night, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks very much. No problem. You get all confetti in your hair.
Great photo opportunity out in the moment. We should stand together.
Okay, you're also coming, madam.